You're tuned to Cafe Cabaret, and we're going to bring you the first in a series of award-winning Wrong Hero performances. Of course, the person who's giving the award is, in fact, the Wrong Hero himself. So it's not really that much of a distinction to say that these are award-winning performances. Let me reiterate. You are tuned to Cafe Cabaret. This is the Wrong Hero, starring in the anthology series, Damage Control, recorded live at AS220. And this is volume 7 of that incredibly cutting-edge series that you've all grown to dote upon to the degree that you have. And so now we're going to get to see some crazy backwards stuff. And then we'll resume the sound. How's that sound? Does that sound like enough of a novelty to you? See? It's crazy backward man. Look, he's walking backwards. Wow, he's gesturing, and it looks like he might be doing it backwards. He's talking, and if you could hear him, I'll bet you he'd be talking that crazy backward talk that crazy backward men like to talk. Yeah, so, anyway, this is pretty piss poor. Anyway, I am the Wrong Hero, and this is Damage Control, live at AS220, Volume 7.
Is there any problem with your dog other than the fact that another dog almost chewed her was. I'm still working on that one myself, personally. You also learn not to get drunk. Break into Roger Williams Park Zoo in the dead of night and lick honey off a bear cub's snout. You might have heard about that one in the Providence Journal. Yes, in college you learn plausible deniability. You learn damage control. You learn how to segue from one unrelated topic to another in much the same way as I'm doing, and then in a smart and sly postmodern twist, draw attention to the fact. I don't know, what were the worst people in college? Maybe it's the social work majors. Because they're always saying stuff like, and how does that make you feel? I'll tell you how it makes me feel. It makes me feel like going out and getting a machine gun and killing every condescending son of a bitch on the face of the planet, starting with you. You obviously have a lot of anger. Maybe it's the psych majors who really got me. What is it with psychiatrists and money? They have this neurotic obsession with it. It's a character defect. It's like, when you go to a mechanic, you pay $50 an hour, right? Well, at least he fixes your car for you. And if something goes wrong, bring it back to him. He'll tinker with it some more. Okay, buddy, here you go. Drive safe now. Psychiatrists will say, I'm having feelings of anxiety and claustrophobia relating to the fact that I drained my bank account in order to pay your inflated fees. What you gonna do about that, sir? Well, come see me next week and bring your checkbook too. I'm not in this business for my health. At least when you go to a dentist, right? I mean, they shoot you up with Novocaine and they give you Tylenol with codeine and you take a glass of wine or two and next thing you know you're walking down Empire Street, stark naked, handing out the Communist Manifesto to Jehovah's Witnesses and peace officers and saying, my name is Joe Strawberry! Just thought I'd throw that in. Damage control, the place where it really works is in advertising. It's like, hey, Roger Williams Hospital, we're merging with Columbia. We're going to have managed care now, so some homeless bum off the street can't wander in here and get free medical care. A few homeless people may die, but it's okay because we're looking after the bottom line. Or, there was an ad many years ago, now we need to feel like Rosie O'Donnell, but it went, new men, soft strokes, soften your beard, almost like a hot steamy towel. Wow! What is this shit with almost like? How can something be almost like? It's either a fucking hot steamy towel or an egg! It's like, you're going to the hospital. Well, we'll almost make you well. We'll almost cure what's wrong with you. Or you go to a supermarket, we'll almost give you a fair price on the stuff you need to buy. Or it's like going to a whorehouse. You'll almost have a good time, sailor. Or you're going to see the wrong hero. Like, you'll almost laugh, you'll almost cry. It's almost like comedy, Have you seen The Lost World?
Meh.
They're back. And they're more implausibly prehistoric than ever before. Like, I'm not going to see The Lost World, I'm going to see Disneyland. There's a real DNA experiment gone haywire. 6-foot rat, a puppet, fucking a cricket, God! And Goofy, what is this thing? It can crush a kid's head in his bare fist, That's why he wears the gloves, Easy to clean up, and if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. And, the thing about the magic of Disney, that's another example of damage control. It's like advertisers promise you the one thing that they're actually going to take away from you. The magic of Disney sucks the magic out of everything pertaining to children's literature. And nobody realizes this. The magic of Disney. There's damage control for you. Well, you may say, oh, you're just an old media. I bet you don't believe in Christmas either. Well, no, actually I don't. I have my own holiday. I celebrate every June 25th. called Anti-Christmas. It's the day the Antichrist was born. And here's what happens. Men in black, led by me, break into your basement, steal all the toys, take them down to my bonfire in hell, where my twisted circus swerves, dwarves, and freaks dance around the fire. They just laughing, ha 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 ha. Granny's toys are burning, Tommy's toys are burning. That's what I like to do on June 25th. Well, if you're an artist, you know that there's a thin line between genius and madness. But if you actually work for a living, you know that there's an even thinner line between stupidity and sabotage. Now there's damage control for you. The Wrong Hero has been brought to you by the House of Procrastination. Come to our grand opening someday. My motto is stupefaction guaranteed, or your money back, if I can remember where I put it. Thank you.
Square yard. Never over $16 at DCO. Truckloads of styles and colors. The best prices you'll find.
Well, that was The Wrong Hero, a very fine and funny fella, if I do say so myself. And that was his award-winning presentation at Damage Control. Please be sure to tune in. Well, stay tuned in anyway, because there's going to be more of The Wrong Hero live at AS220 here on a.k.a. Cabaret.